Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us for a very special downtime session. Sid is with us. Captain Sid.
Yes, that's right, Captain Sid. That's me. Who's that Hazel person? Who cares? They're gone now. It's all about the real star of the show now. I will try to hold this voice as long as I can, but I make no promises.
So, just to kind of recap and tie all of our threads together slowly, you guys have rescued Elijah's parents. Elijah is fussing over them, rightfully so, in the cookie cabin. Neuraxis and Volkar are talking battle strategy. Neuraxis has pulled Elijah aside for a moment. They go outside. Sounds like they're going to go scry for a minute. Neuraxis has motioned to you, Ulrin.
Oh yeah, they're gonna go scry.
Oh god! Oh my god!
Just stepping out of the hut for a bit for some good old
Eggs just
scrying,
looks at you and goes, Boss, I don't think she runs that way, but yeah, sure, okay, fine. Big lizard man, let's do it. Hey, alright, whatever.
Yeah.
Neuraxis did say something to you, Ulrin, before he...
I mean, you can run multiple ways.
Oh my god. Wait, what was that thing from the date night? Oh my god, he's not my type, but if he was, I'd climb him like a tree. That was so fucked up. And I said it.
Man, I hope she stretches first.
Oh god. That's wrong on so many levels.
Oh, we're all a little broken today. It's alright. Neuraxis does say something to you, Ulrin. He wanted to come find you later. He's got a dent in his armor. So you get that little pass by, and it actually was in his one shot that didn't fucking record because I fixed it now. Anyways. Because yay. Because yay. Shit. Yay.
Because yay. It was
oh my
us
God.
doing a lot of dirty talk.
And getting progressively drunker if you're me. So, this is true.
Which led to even more dirty talk.
Anyways, neither here nor there. So, Eggs is with you, Sid. It's really up to you how you would like to approach this. He is very tired.
I was like,
he pretty much
returned to the ship.
Thanked you profusely, wept a little bit, and then went to sleep.
Yeah. Probably peed himself too, and
also
then we sent him right up to bed. Yeah. Alright. I look to X and say, well, looks like they don't need us right now. I'm sure they will at a later point. But what do you is it like morning, evening now? Because if it's evening, I think we...
Yeah, it was definitely getting towards evening.
Okay. Then I'll say we'll, go to sleep, read some more books, read some more pornography books, as a bedtime story to Gordil, and then we'll just, I'll just let Eggs, read to him, while Sid does some dirty hand puppet show, and then and then we'll just all go to bed in some random room that we just took. Just kind of seemed free. I think we just picked a room at random, went in there, crashed in there, didn't ask.
You're used to just crashing wherever, yeah.
And yeah, and they find a big indent in their bed the next morning.
Hey!
Yeah, and then the next morning...
I can see you. Hi! What's up?
Hi.
I can see Chris. Hi!
Hey.
Eyes on the road, mister!
Yay.
Okay, dear
My
God.
eyes are on the road.
Oh, dear
There's
God.
a lot of construction.
No. All
Carry
right.
on.
So, morning comes. You find Eggs in Hazel's room because Hazel offered it to her, and it's halfling sized. So, for a gnome, it's plush accommodations. That bed was the best thing ever. Hey, boss, why don't we have beds like that on the ship?
We should look into installing them. Also, I did not think it was possible, but does this room somehow smell even more like cookies than the other rooms? Like, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, I enjoy a good sweet treat every now and then too, but whoever this mansion belongs to is just obsessed with sweets.
Yeah, I don't really know what that's about.
Bit,
It's just cookies.
bit intense for my taste. Anyway, what do you say? We go wake Gordil and then we start heading back to the others. Check in, see what they're doing. I assume they will probably want to give Gordil an appropriate punishment for running off like that. And going
you're talking about
again.
the ship. Yeah, I know where they're at. They're just they're north of here, not too far.
Yeah,
so
we can
maybe by
probably
the end of the day.
there.
It's fine.
In a day. Yeah. Are you
Yeah, we can go.
ready to go?
I mean, are we coming back?
Okay. We might, bro. I mean, we'll see. I mean, look at this group. They'll clearly come running for our help sooner or later.
And you do have the fastest ship in the Lucidian Ocean, so.
That is true. And I mean, they are on our list.
They are on the list.
So, if they don't come, we'll just come and pick them up sooner or later.
I like it. Let's do that.
You know, you like it here. You like it here with them, don't
well,
you?
I mean, there's another gnome. I mean, Priscilla, yeah, I should have known, but she's like my grandma, right? And then there's another gnome, and I like the big green guy. Ooh, and that cleric guy. I like him too.
You mean the shiny dude? That everyone, I think he's called Jesus. Like, that's what everyone keeps calling him. I think his first name is Dwarf, and his last name is Jesus. I mean, I feel like it's a bit weird. It would be if my parents called me Tortle or something. Like, it's a bit, or if your parents called you Gnome. A bit strange, but I mean, well, they were his parents, so they picked it. Mr. and Mrs. Jesus picked that name for him. Or Mr. and Mr. Jesus, or Mrs. and Mrs. Jesus, whatever. Or multiple Jesuses, whatever. I don't know how it works, but, yeah, whatever, man. Still find it a bit strange. I think I'll call him DJ, for short.
Oren, you can hear all of this.
Yeah?
You guys were not being subtle. They were coming down the stairs when they were talking.
Where am I at?
Yeah, and you could hear them from the common room because they were not being subtle about it.
Gotcha.
All right. Speaking of which, I actually have been meaning to talk to them. Good morning there, DJ, fellow adventurer friend.
Good morning. I don't know why you're calling me DJ, but all right.
That is just an endearing nickname that I've decided to give you.
Okay.
Anyway, I hear word on the street is that you're the one who is in charge of all the monies that we got from the douchebag.
Well, I mean, to a certain degree, yeah. I hold the bag of holding, so it's just kind of my job.
Right.
And they kind of just dictated it to me since I'm a cleric. Lawful.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you look like a big shiny piece of gold yourself. I'm this close to just throwing you over my shoulder and just taking you back.
I don't
to
think
your
Dell
ship
would like
with
that
me.
very much, boss.
Oh.
But you think they would get jealous? Dell knows they have no reason to be jealous.
I don't know.
Anyway, I've decided not to do that, and instead ask you if you actually would like to come along with us to our ship. And bring the money with you too, please. Not for any nefarious reasons or something.
All right. Do I believe her or him? Or do I believe the
I
turtle?
would say roll insight, but I can roll it for you.
Yeah, if you don't
Plus
mind. I don't know what my
8,
plus is, but you have my
Jesus.
sheet.
25.
Yeah,
Whoa.
pretty high.
So you
25. So
Sid, are
do
you?
do I detect any foul play?
I mean, no, I want him to come to the ship with us, and let's say you don't get any vibes that they'll like hold you down in the middle of the night and slit your throat to take all the gold or something.
Nope.
So they don't want to rob me.
She
Nope,
seems
good
to
for the
have
moment.
a purpose in asking just you, but you're not sure why.
Okay. And I need to bring the gold.
Well, I mean,
ask this.
part, as we agreed, part of the gold belongs to me and X anyway, since we basically like did almost all of the work and totally saved your asses
That's
back
true.
there. So I was thinking, I mean, you could give us our share now, or we could just, do that later, and we show you. I was thinking, you look like a person who could use a good time every now and then, and trust me, there's no better time than on Sid's ship. That sounded kind of weird. I'm not coming on to your. I don't know if you've heard at this point, but I am already taken. Sorry to break it to you, but like this port is closed.
completely understand.
For docking. But
Oh gosh. Right. Haven't heard that one before.
It's sailors talk.
I don't suppose you know what your share of the money is
All of it.
by any chance.
But yeah,
Well, you want
that's
all
easy.
of our
Just
gold?
round it. Yeah, we'll just round it up. All of it.
Where?
We'll go with that.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Done.
It's agreed. All right, let's head out.
No, you want all of the gold from this job?
No, everything in their bag. Now I'm holding you up for a ransom. Ha ha! Eggs is comically holding a dagger, pointing it at you. Ha ha! Now fight me. Ha! Let's go. Damn it.
That's not gonna work there. No.
No, just our share.
No, X. He's our guest.
I know.
He's our guest for now. Don't scare him right off the
Haha,
bat.
you've been punked.
Right.
Punk?
I'll tell you what. I'll take a pouch with me. I'll fill it with your share of the earnings that we got from this job. I'll come with you to your boat. We can. I'll bring along
Ship.
some.
It's a ship. It's not a boat.
All right.
We
Sorry.
are not fishermen.
Well, most of my life I've been underground, so I don't really know much about open water.
Ooh, then you are in for a treat. I hope you don't feed the fishes. I hope you can stomach it.
You can see I'm intrigued, to say the least. Should I bring along some Craghammer Ale for you to try out?
I won't say no to that.
All right. I'll let me grab my things and I'll meet you back up here.
Very good. And like we go catch Gordil as well. Does he look a bit rested? Like, how shaken does he still seem from the entire?
And you know
ordeal?
Gordil, not a whole lot rattles him, but basically when he sees you, he goes, boss, I could, maybe use about another week's worth of sleep, and possibly all of the ale that I could drink, ever.
Well, I think the shiny dude, DJ, is going to hook us up with some ale, and we're gonna get back to the ship.
Okay, good, because I really need to see Golric.
Yeah, I think you did the.
Golric's gonna kill me.
Yeah, he will probably be
Golric's
quite
gonna
worried.
kill me.
Oh yes.
Just promise me you won't let him throw me off the ship.
I will, although I can make no promises for Dale once they hear that you went off gambling on your own again. Even though we said. Who did you take with you?
At the tavern.
Like those friends last time who were like trying to sell you genuine black dragon eggs, and then they stank up the ship for weeks.
You can't let that one go, can you? You gotta just... You know what? I deserve that. Okay, but honestly, though, I just got held captive, so no, I'm not gonna do anything stupid again.
Yeah. Don't worry, you deserve a bit of a rest. I here for the ringer. Should we quickly go into their kitchen and see if they have some spices we can steal or something? I know that always cheers you up.
Yep, actually. And he holds open his coat and you see he's just lined the inside with all the little bottles of spices, and he's got like sprigs of rosemary stuck down in there. It's like, already loaded up.
There we go. The Gordil we know and love still lives. Wonderful. Glad to see they didn't break your spirit, my friend. We really missed your cooking. Like, it's been bad. Like, you know, we tried to take shifts. Eggs, it was eggs turns.
I mean, all I can make is eggs, so, you know, it doesn't turn out real good.
Yeah, especially when you're on the ship, there's not a huge supply of fresh eggs all the time.
So you guys head out. Gordil's kind of limping a little bit, but he's holding his own. They meet you, Ulrin, at the door to the mansion.
Alright, CJ, my friend, are you ready to go?
I suppose I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Well, sounds like he's ready to go. Let's go, ass! Woo!
Okay. Yeah. Let's head to the ship. And I like make sure we walk slow enough so like Gordil has no problems, like, you know.
He's doing alright.
Can I is his limp like, can I do like some medicine-y check or something to see if his limp is like just from the captivity and it'll heal naturally, or if it's something that requires like a little bit more?
Yeah, I'll actually do a medicine roll for you. +8.
Yeah, just like you know, just kind of looking at his leg and his gait.
Actual 18 + 8, 26. Yeah, it actually you do stop him and he lets you look at it. It was poorly bandaged. It looks like his knee had been kind of mangled at one point, and it's slowly healing, but not great. So that's why he's favoring that left leg.
Would there be like, I don't know if a cure wounds would help that?
Yes, it would.
Okay. I'll just go ahead and cast cure wounds at second level. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe. I'll cast a second
that'll
level
work.
anyway.
Yeah, you guys watch Sid and Eggs. You watch Ulrin. This light kind of envelops Gordil's leg. And all of a sudden, the flesh knits itself back into place. The knee straightens out. The kneecap was kind of turned on its side a little bit, which you can only imagine was very painful. And everything pops back into place. And Gordil looks at it and looks at you already and goes, "Huh? Right. Why don't we have one of these on board? What's going on there, Captain?"
Well, I mean, technically we do have one on because our doctor is a cleric, I think. Or at least.
Yeah, but I feel like we need a dwarven one.
But, like...
He's clearly better at it.
Oh, you don't let Doc hear you
Doc
say
trained
that.
in the Underdark. Are you kidding me?
Well, look, his methods... And
do you know what he tried to feed me the last time I had food poisoning? He tried to feed me a soup made out of lizard tails.
Well, you know, he sometimes experiments a bit to, like, figure out new ways of treatments or poison. I'm sometimes not sure with him. You know, kobolds, man. It's a bit of a cultural
Boss, he's a giant lizard.
But...
He tried to feed me little lizard tails.
All right, that is
like
kind of
weird cannibalism or something. I don't know.
Is it cannibalism if he feed that? That's probably why he fed them.
You don't know. There was an
couldn't
awfully
eat
big
them.
pot of it brewing, and that spoon looked like it'd been used. Suspicious. You see eggs in the background going, huh, huh. Like visibly retching.
As you can, I turn to Ulrich and I say, as you can see, we are quite a lovely bunch on the ship. Lovely and lively.
They're gonna run
both
Pretty
things.
Boy over here through the pieces.
that already?
Yeah. Oh, boss, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
I was just talking to Del this morning.
Yeah.
Hey,
What?
hey, Dwarf Jesus, guess
Yeah.
where we're going? The Hope Quesnard! We're going to the Hope Quesnard!
Oh my god, like they'll never let us go there usually. They're always so uptight about it. Oh my god, they must have missed
I
me
think they missed
so
you,
much.
and it's to celebrate
Oh my
Gordil coming
God.
back.
Oh yeah, that too. Oh my god, it's got oh DJ. Oh, you're gonna have such an amazing. I hope you're ready to party like you've never partied before.
I suppose. I don't know where this place is that you're talking about.
Oh, you'll see, my friend. You'll see. We'll treat you there as a thank you for healing good old Gordil up here.
Right.
Captain Sid, let's know that
I actually
remain
rolled history
unsafe.
for you.
And Captain
Oren,
Sid
I
also
rolled
loves
history
to
for
party.
you and rolled a natural one, so you don't have any fucking idea what they're talking about.
You
I
have
have no
no
fucking
idea.
idea where I am. It's in the middle of the ocean somewhere. I don't mess with that. Nope. No, thank you. Water, I'm good.
Oh man! So you guys make your way out of the mansion. You say your goodbyes. The party is like, we're all meeting back in Joren, so Oren, you at least have a bearing once your adventure on the boat has concluded. Despite and that's beyond whatever else you want to do, which we'll can address at a later date. So,
Yeah.
If you
Oh my
can still
God.
walk after this.
wow. So different from Hazel. It's amazing. I love it so much.
Yeah.
You guys trek out of the jungle, giving the ruins a wide berth. And for the sake of expediency, we will get you to where Ulrich, you guys crest one hill near the shore, and Eggs points, and you can see the Providence, a large ship stationed just off of the shore, kind of hidden around the corner of a large cliff. You can barely see the ship masts over top of this cliff. And she says, "Okay, Del, we're coming around. Send the boat out." And you know that 2 rowboats are being sent out. So, ship map.
Sid takes a deep breath. The smell of the sea.
There isn't.
There's
Really,
nothing
truly.
quite like it.
We are.
We're home, Eggs. We're home.
All right, boss. Here they are, and you see, Oren, you see 2 rowboats, actually in very, very good shape, being rowed up to you. One is being rowed by another dwarf who has a familial resemblance, we'll say, to Gordil. And then the other one is being rowed by a tiefling man, dark red skin, curled horns. He's got a staff on his back. And they are just vigorously rowing these boats up to the shore. They bump into the beach, and the 2 hail you. And you see Golric, immediately his face goes into a scowl when he sees his brother. Oh, shit.
You better prepare yourself, Gordil. He looks quite pissed. At least he doesn't have his hammer out yet.
The dwarf who rowed the boat is heavily tattooed. He's got a bandana, bright blue bandana tied around his head, long scraggly beard. Clearly, he and Gordil are brothers. And then the tiefling hops out of the boat, bows, gives you a nice little bow, Sid, and says, "It's sure is glad to have you back, Captain."
Right back at you, Fav. How are things on the ship?
Mutiny,
Has
you
everyone
can't go back
been
there.
well?
We took the ship from you.
Have you all... Who did it? I'm sure it was
Oh, it was.
give me 1 second. And was it Priscilla?
She always
I
had it
knew
out
she
for you.
always had
Yep.
on my beautiful.
You're now
captain's
a
right.
land-bound turtle. Sorry about it, Captain. He's just grinning the entire time because he can't lie to save his teeth.
Oh,
I know.
damn the brakes.
Oh man, they give you these rowboats as compense, and that's it.
Don't worry. But once I am gone, my ghost will come back to haunt the ship
That's
for
the
eternity.
attitude, boss. All right, now I'm shitting you. Come on, you believe me though, totally, right?
I was like already crying.
I could totally tell by your face. I thought I saw your eyes were a little wet, more than normal.
Yeah, that's how it works with turtles. Our tears like run the other way. They run like back in.
Oh, I didn't know that, but it
That's
makes sense. Okay, I feel better now. All right, let's go to the ship. And he hops in the boat.
Yeah. Let me just quickly introduce yourself to my good friend DJ here. We met on land. We immediately hit it off, saved him and his entire party. They're all so grateful to me. And, and he basically, like, begged me to, like, take him along to show him, how we do it at the high seas. And I said, you know what? I'm feeling generous today. So why not? I'm in such a good mood since we have Gordil back. What's one more dwarf, eh?
Eggs goes, hey, another dwarf for the collection. Get in the boat, dwarf Jesus.
Exactly. Gotta collect all the dwarves.
So you guys hop into the boats.
And yeah, DJ, these are Faith.
Hi.
He's our navigator, and this is Gordil. He's Gordil's brother, and our carpenter.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Ulrin Brunsgrip. Crazy seeing a couple dwarves out on the sea. I don't know too much about the sea, so coming out to learn. And
we got ourselves a real landlubber here, a real sea virgin. You know what that means, guys,
They all start laughing. Even Golric, the very sullen dwarf who was rowing the one boat, starts chuckling, and Ulrin, you get the sinking sensation that you might be in trouble.
The best kind of trouble.
I can cast Revivify on myself, right? That'll work. Good thing I have a few extra characters up my sleeve just in case.
And Ulrin was never
Sorry about
heard
it.
from again.
Oh, damn it.
Eggs just
Sleeping
starts up this sea shanty of which I'm not going to sing because I don't have one prepared, but that carries you guys back to the Providence.
What can we do with a drunken sailor? What can we do with a drunken sailor? What can we do with a drunken sailor?
Oh my god. Yay!
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh. And the entire crew joins in. It doesn't take you guys long to get the rowboats over to the ship. The ship is moored off of this kind of cove area, and you guys get the literally don't know what it's called because ships shit. And you get on the boat, you get on the ship, it's fine. You guys, they actually unfurl a rope ladder down for you guys. My brain wanted to say gangplank, and I knew that was wrong. So I'm like, that's how you get off the ship, I thought. Can you? Okay.
You can also get on it.
I don't know.
Yeah, from sea, it'd probably just be easier for them to throw a rope ladder down.
I live in a landlocked state, man. I don't know. And you guys see the entire crew is out waiting on all of you.
Right. Sid, when they leave down the gangplank, Sid helps up. Gordil's fine now. His leg's cured, so he can get on himself. And Sid just casts fly on herself and just does like a huge, like looks like Superman takeoff and like jumps into the air and does the spin and like lands at the like, I don't know what's it called, bow of the ship, the front part, and just does a 3-point landing there. Like she makes it look like a super jump even for it just to fly. And yeah. I am back, my darlings!
The entire crew. Ah! Captain Sid! Ah!
That's more like it. Welcome back, our lost brother, who went off once again, because he has a clear problem that we need to address later. But for now, give him a warm welcome back home on the Providence.
They all cheer, and even Golrick, who like you could tell was wanting to shake his brother, at this point just is standing there and clapping and runs over and he looks like he's gonna strangle him for just a second and then wraps his brother in a hug and some aggressive dwarven hugging there going on. You know, siblings. Can't blame him for wanting to punch Gordil a little bit, maybe. Dell is at the back. They are traditionally back there. Comes up to you, Sid, just passes their hand over yours and in your custom. This one's bright purple and yellow.
Yeah. I look at it and smile before tugging it back in my shell, and then I give them a naughty wink.
What?
Like, also part of the custom.
Yeah, this whole exchange is part of the custom. It just says, "Missed you too, Sid."
Mm-hmm.
Should
I know
we
you did.
Prepare a path to the Quesnard?
Immediately go below the ship and make love? I mean, what? Yeah, let's do that.
Introduce everyone to the... Is this someone we're adding to the crew?
Not yet. He has to prove himself first. But he's definitely on the list. X has a whole list with potential new...
Eggs hands over the list to Dell.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, it's a good list. There's a dragonborn.
Hey, DJ, or Ulrin, or Jesus, whatever name you go by. Yep. Come on up here and join me. And I like wave Ulrin to me.
Pardon me. This is a tight ship, right? Hi. How's it going there? I don't believe we've met yet. Maybe we have. I don't know. There's a lot of people on the ship.
DJ, this is Dell, my better half, or worse half, depending on how you look at it.
All right.
They're my first mate and our beloved quartermaster here.
Oh,
they run the ship when I'm not around. And sometimes when I'm around, but I'm too drunk to do anything.
A pleasure. Dell. Dell is a Earth Genasi, right? Okay, that's what I thought. Earth Genasi. Mm-hmm. So their skin is this dark gray, and you can see very fine, like a fine green undertone to it. And their hair is long and black and curly, and no decoration on them, really. They're wearing very simple robes, enough that they can maneuver around the ship easily, but you do notice what looks like in one ear, there's a row of emeralds.
All right. Well, pleasure to meet you, Dell. My name's Ulrin. I guess DJ also works. I don't know why that's the nickname, but all right. Pleasure meeting you.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having me aboard.
Sid trusts you enough to bring her aboard the Providence, then we shall treat you as one of the crew, which may or may not be to your benefit, at least early on, until you figure out how absolutely riotous this merry bunch of assholes is. They're saying all of this with a straight face. It's like no emotion on Dell's face whatsoever. And Eggs takes off for Azza. You see Eggs just run off toward this half-elf, and they're hugging, and all of this activity is happening. The anchor's being pulled up. and the ship starts to just take off, Ulrin. No, just hitting the waves. Just they're moving out, so you're on the boat now.
You better pack sunscreen.
All right.
Seriously, the sun's reflection is super harsh on the sea. Sailors always underestimate that.
Gotcha. All right.
A feast is being prepared below. Golrick gets to work. They take you around the ship, Ulrin. They show you around. There's a tavern on the kind of the main floor. It takes up most of the main floor of the ship. They don't mess around.
Oh, yeah. We take our booze very seriously.
It's decorated with just huge casks of ale and wine bottles. There are games all over the table. It looks like someone has cleaned up recently, so everything's pretty well in order, but it's still a ship. And they invite you to stay and eat and drink, and Golrick gets to work on this master feast that he's going to prepare for the return of his slightly younger brother, Gordil, who you guys helped rescue. You do hear some talk about this place called the Hope Quesnard. You have no idea what they're talking about. It sounds like a party place, and apparently it's very rare when they get to go there, so the crew is in a tizzy about this right now. Very excited about getting to go there for a week. It's like a big deal, apparently.
For a whole week. Am I going for a whole week?
Yeah, no one's really asked your opinion on this one.
How much
5 to 6
downtime do we
weeks.
have? Fuck! Julia, do you know how much armor I could have made?
Yeah, but...
You're
You
wasting
know
my
how much
time in the
party-
Bahamas?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, that's true. Everybody needs a vacation.
That attitude is the very reason why I said that Ulrin could
She did
do
say
it
that.
a good time, man. You need to
I guess
loosen up.
That is true. That is very true.
It's called downtime for a...
That's I could see that.
Also, like Sid will show Ulrin around a bit and use him to the crew as we go past them.
Okay.
And when we're down at the tavern, I imagine Pokey will immediately get out and challenge Ulrin to a game of poker or something, because no one else wants to play with Pokey anymore because he just cheats like crazy all the time and everyone knows it. But Ulrin doesn't yet, so I imagine Pokey will be immediately like, oh yeah, fresh
you
meat.
immediately get challenged to a game of chess by a tiny monkey. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You've met Pokey.
A tiny monkey.
Her little tattooing monkey.
Yeah, he does the
that-
tattoos.
Yep.
Oh, that monkey. Okay.
Brandishes a
Sure.
chess piece at you.
Oh,
Oh, he
okay.
loves playing games.
All right, monkey. What's that? Is that you want to fetch? Take the chess piece and just
You throw it and immediately get hit in the temple by another chess piece the monkey has thrown at you.
All right. I guess I deserve that. I forgot your monkey is a little more sentient than the other ones. What does he want? Why?
Oh, he wants to play.
He wants to play chess?
Yeah, I assume so. If he picked up a chess figure. Oh yeah.
All right, I guess.
So you better lay some money on the table.
Okay. I guess I'll take out a silver piece and
Okay.
set it
The
on
monkey
the table.
immediately throws it back at you.
I take out a gold piece and
Yeah,
set it
he
on the
leaves it.
table.
Puts his own gold piece down out of his little pouch. Eggs just goes, yeah, he only plays for gold. Sorry about it. Or gems. You can play with gems. He's fine with
Yeah.
gems.
He's a class A player.
I'll keep the gold out there.
So just real quick, because it's his intelligence versus yours.
Pokey, be gentle with him. He is a guest.
Yeah.
Intelligence, of course.
Play nice.
That's why I
Well,
lose,
I mean, it
so
is
that's
against
fun.
a monkey, so... okay, so you actually tied based on three rolls. Or no, sorry, I forgot to do the last roll. 3. Okay, no, monkey wins.
Yay.
Takes your gold piece, puts it in his pouch, bows, and runs off. So, Julia, real quick, just so you know, Chris is going to have to go here. So if you guys want to have that religion conversation, we can save that for later. So, because Sid had a couple of questions for you, Ulra, and some things that she wanted to discuss. Suffice to say that over the course of a week, they show you a very good time on the Hope Quesnard. You can find out more by watching the video later.
You will definitely wake up. You will definitely come back with at least one tattoo.
Okay, that's fine.
Or you might not remember getting it.
I was thinking of asking the monkey for a tattoo, but
oh, very good.
I wasn't sure what tattoo yet. So if I get drunk enough, I'll probably get a tattoo.
I brought a tattoo artist monkey along, and like you already
there you
person to want a tattoo. Like the entire party is getting inked now.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, that's like you get like your friend, one of your friends becomes a tattooer. What the fuck are you gonna do? You're gonna get a tattoo. Like it's like my best friend, one of my best friend's brother is a tattoo artist. And it's like, of course I want a tattoo. Come on.
So suffice to say, what you learn over the course of a week with this crazy ship crew is they're actually quite a family. You see strains of certain relationships that are similar and familiar to the ones that you experience with your group. They are pirates, but they don't harm civilians. They like their treasure. Not shocking. And they don't go out of their way to hurt people. And you find that out pretty quickly. So,
okay. But we are still fucking badass.
Of course.
Oh,
and we love
to
to
party, that's for sure. So yeah, if you need to go, I can wrap up with Julia, and we'll do your downtime sometime in the future.
Yeah. Did you want to do religion talk?
I don't know. Have you got time for it?
Yeah, because I was gonna say if we just want to do the serious chunk, you guys can just kind of, Jaeger Ulrin around. I trust Hallie to a certain degree.
Okay. Well, we'll see if it works out. Maybe
and
if
you have any questions while Jaeger Ulrin, just message me. I'll probably have my phone on me. Okay. I'm just gonna go comatose on the couch here in a second.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Hope we made the drive home more entertaining.
It was pretty fun.
So
what's we can do the religion thing. I've probably got like 10 minutes, so.
Okay.
That's enough time. I don't know.
Okay. Well, yeah, I imagine, at some point, when there's, I don't know, a night when there's not much going on or something, when, most people are already lying around drunk from all the partying, I then think, Sid, while drinking, will just basically ask Gordil, so, I hear you're a man of the faith, I hear?
Yeah, I'm a cleric of the Allhammer. I've been a worshipper ever since I was young, ever since I could remember, ever since I was old enough to pick up a hammer,
Interesting. What made you choose that particular god or faith?
At first, I don't believe it was a choice. I think at first it was more just kind of following what your family does. And then as it got older and a little bit wiser, I started to see some of the tenets that the Allhammer teaches. Families first, protect those who are weaker, leave a lasting impression on the earth. Leave a lasting impression while you're alive. Something to better off the future legacies. Just struck a chord with me, and I don't know. It's I've always been very much a family person, and family comes first with me, and I can see with you and your crew that it's a very similar situation, and I think that's probably what drew me in, is that family doesn't just mean blood a lot of times, and situations, you get put into certain situations, and it really tests your faith, but then it also makes you wonder, maybe this isn't necessarily a test of faith. Maybe this is destiny. Maybe this is the whole reason that they, followed. Maybe this is a guidance towards something better and greater than me.
So you believe that your god is guiding you and helps you in achieving your goals?
Yeah, I believe that that's the case. So far, I haven't seen anything to make me doubt, or, well, too much doubt. I mean, a lot of these dead gods is just a little mind-racking to begin with, but...
Yeah, it seems your party has a weird thing there going on with the gods and stuff. I just picked up certain parts. It all sounded very ominous, not quite up my lane. I'm usually more there where there's treasure to be had, but it sounds like there's some good adventure that could be had with you guys.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm not pretty sure what all it entails, but I know that I'm in it for the long haul with this group, this family that we've made. I'd gladly lay down my life for any one of them, Hazel included, even though she went off on her own.
Oh yeah, I've heard quite a bit about her at this point. No offense, I'm sure she's lovely once you get to know her. Kind of crazy, a bit scary to be honest.
Yeah, she does have a wild side, but definitely a sweetheart. So she's probably sweeter than anything that she's ever consumed. So.
That's great. Oh, my heart. Oh, I need to get back into character. Oh, parrot. And what's going on with that big green fella? He seemed to be sort of maybe the unofficial leader of your group. I'm not sure, or at least it seems like he tries to be sometimes. What's his deal?
Naraxis, he's had some issues. He's been through a lot. I mean, we've all been through a lot. This world's not a polite world to live in. But
tell me about it.
Yeah. Out of all of us, I think Naraxis probably needs to lead people. He needs that hope. I think that's what keeps him going. I think that's, encouraging him to lead, encouraging him to take the front. That's what I've been trying to do. He needs to, take up that mantle. He was born for it. He's got such a leadership mentality.
That seems to be a trait that most Dragonborn share, the wish to lead and dominate others. What do you think are his reasons for it? Do you think they are good reasons for wanting to lead? Or do you think he's mostly just in it for himself and the power?
I don't think it's about the power anymore. I think he had the power once with some pack that he had, but I think he learned his lesson about power. I think that what he truly wants is home. It's what everybody really wants. Everybody really wants home. And Naraxis' home is, shattered apart. I mean, I can relate to that on so many levels.
Well, then, let's hope once he assumes his leadership role in full, he'll remember that. The right reasons for wanting to be a leader for home. Because once you've tasted power, it's not so easy to let go anymore.
Oh, trust me, if he gets out of line, I'll be the first one with a warhammer to the back of his head.
I know I liked you for a reason.
Give him a swift reminder of what he's there for.
I think you and Dale would get along quite well. On the subject of gods, I mean, I think I don't make a big secret of it that they call me a follower of the Stormlord. In some titles that are bestowed upon me, they call me the Tempest Herald. If you also seen my flag, lightning and thunder is.
Yeah, I thought that looked oddly familiar.
Yes. I fashioned it after the official sigil of the Stormlord. But here's the thing about the gods. You said you believe that your god is leading you down the right path and helping you fulfill or become who you aspire to be or what you think is right. Now, see, I think the gods, and let's note, Sid is quite drunk at this point already. I believe that the gods will do whatever they want and they don't give a shit about what us mortals want. Why do I say that? Well, you see, I got these powers and I let a little bit of lightning crackle beneath my fingers. I got them from a god too, from the Stormlord. And how do you think I got them? Do you think I groveled in the dirt and asked him to bestow me, to put his blessing upon me? No, I screamed up to the sky that he was a dirty bastard. And I cursed his name. And then he struck me with some lightning, and here we go, Thunder Tortle, boom. So you see, I believe the gods don't really give a shit what we want, or because that's why they're gods. And they just do what they want for themselves or what they think is best. And, we just kind of have to deal with that and do our own thing. And that's what I believe. So, really what I'm trying to say is, fuck the gods. And I, take another swig. And I look out the ship's window and say, that goes to you too, you dirty old bastard.
Off in the distance, there is and it has been coming up. There is the darkening of the horizon, and you do see, way off in the distance. It's not in any danger of the ship.
Nah. He knows. Oh, but don't tell that to the crew, by the way. They all think I am quite religious. And honestly, when you spend your life on a piece of wood out in the sea, the last thing you really want is to think you have offended you've fallen out of grace with the one who controls the storms. So, shh. It will be our secret.
Right. I think I've talked to several people who share that same thought. When Amon fell, I was there, and I was, doing essentially field medicine, trying to get common citizens just to stay alive. And a lot of them were blaming it on the gods. And I don't know if the gods had anything to do with it then. I think that was just bad circumstances that happens in the world. Why was it that you were out in the middle of a field cursing the Storm Lord?
Oh, it was out in the middle of the ocean. Dale and me, we were being chased by some quite bad people. And I actually knew those bad people quite intimately. I spent basically most of my life with them. And let me tell you, it was hell. And the reason why I ended up with those people was because of the Stormlord, you know. When I was young, I believed all these fantastic tales they told of him, a great warrior, strength and valor in battle, you know, thunder, lightning, all of these things. And I thought if I went out to sea, you know, I could become like that too, brave and strong and a force to be reckoned with. Someone who would be remembered, you know? And what I found out there was that, you know, life usually does not work out the way we dream about it. We are children, you know? Well, I think mine was probably a bit of a harsher awakening than some.
You know, maybe you fell in with the wrong people.
I definitely fell in with the wrong people.
But maybe the Stormlord is giving you this chance to make them atone for giving him a bad name.
Mm-hmm. Trust
Maybe
me,
it's...
I will make them atone.
Which is... Don't just throw power around like that. There's no reason to just strike somebody, especially after they've cursed your name and give them magical abilities. You know, you'd think you'd do the opposite. You'd strike them and make them a cripple, you know, to show an example.
Yeah, I know, right? I thought I was dead at that point. And trust me, I would have been fine with that too. Better than going back to what I had before.
Well...
now we're getting into the, like, sad drinking zone. This is not a good place to be. I think we'll be arriving at the party zone soon. I hope you're ready for that.
I'm feeling pretty ready, but you know, if you need to talk about this anymore, or you know, you feel like you have questions or doubt or anything, please feel free to come to me. Like, I appreciate having somebody else to talk faith about. Not a lot of my party are very religious, or even, to my knowledge, respect any deities or you know, worship any of them openly. I'm always here for you though. So if you need anything, let me know.
That aren't you just the sweetest? And like she just like I think ruffles your hair with her huge turtle claw. Thank you. And I will probably take you up on this offer, and now we should probably go to sleep soon. And then
yes. But
Sid
first
gets up.
we drink.
First we drink. And as you like, you know, make a toast. Sid says, and by the way, thank you very much for your invitation for me to join your party. It is understood loud and clear, and I will think about it. But thank you for officially inviting me. I accept. And then I just drink, and then I like get up and go.
Okay. I guess I'll drink and I'll just be like, and then I'll just go and go to sleep.
See you in the morning.
All right. Good night. Norax is gonna have my ass for that one.
Amazing. And scene. There you go.
And scene.
Yay! Yeah. Thank you for joining us.
All right.
Yep.
Woo. Thank
Yeah,
you
no
so much. That was
problem.
great.
Yep.
I've got to head inside because my girlfriend's been like calling
No,
me
fair
nonstop,
enough.
making sure I'm okay.
Bye.
So
Tell her you've just been drinking with a giant turtle.
There you
I've
go.
just been drinking with a giant turtle, and
Yep.
I need dinner badly.
for it.
It's already 9:00. So
Thank you.
Yay.
Bye.
bye,
Enjoy your
guys.
dinner. Bye.
Love you.
bye.
Bye.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Bye.
So, after a couple of days at sea,
that's
and
great.
part of them
Yeah.
you're unconscious for, which is fair.
Yeah.
Dell makes sure that you eat and drink water and all that lovely thing, all that stuff. And eventually,
Sid and Dale probably also have some.
there's a fair bit of
catching
that.
up to do.
She throws you around a little, it's all fine. So, you do. I'm telling you,
Those monk moves, man.
You do hear on the towards the end of the second day, you do hear Hope Quesnard up ahead, and Azza is shouting from the crow's nest, and you let Dell deal with it because Dell is the negotiator, and you watch her. I keep saying that. Sorry. You watch them exchange. That's
know,
my
right?
bad.
Me
That's
too.
my fault. You watch them exchange a bag of probably gems because the old fart who owns this place really only deals in gems. He hops in a little dinghy and rows his way out to land, leaving you guys the Hope Quesnard for the next week. This is the Hope Quesnard. So, and immediately everyone disperses. They're all hooting, hollering, drinking has already begun. A couple people got a little ahead of themselves. And Eggs runs up to you and just says, yeah, I can watch the cleric if you want. Oh,
Damn it, you just cut out the dispo.
Eggs watches up,
Eggs
comes
go.
up to you and goes, I can watch the cleric.
Oh, good idea. I was actually like,
Yeah,
keep a bit of an eye on him. You know how it can get out. I don't think he is used quite yet
I'll
to
ease
that
him
kind
in.
of rowdiness.
I'll let him know what to expect. Don't worry, And I'll introduce him actually because he's been talking with Drag a little bit. So just talking like songs, and Drag knows some old Dwarven songs, so they've been chatting some. So I think there's a good like bond going on there. So I'll make sure they're okay. I'll take them over to the bar.
But make sure that he ends up pantsless at least once. I mean, we have to give at least
and
that
she
to
pulls
him.
out of her little rucksack a bag of what look like Dwarven pants, like that would go under armor, under armor wear. She goes, I already filched these.
Oh my god, he must be
I took him out of his
something
bag,
bad
so
right
if those
now.
are the only
Holy
pair
shit.
he's got on right now, he's fucked.
Ooh. You're a little devil, and I like.
Oh,
ruffle her
hey,
hair.
also, and it doesn't happen to happen right now, but like, maybe later. So,
Yes.
no, we're gonna do this now. Are you gonna go with them? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
At least
I
for a
kind of
while.
figured.
But
Well-
don't tell the others yet. I will announce it after the partying is and after everyone can
Fair enough.
once again see and hear
well-
clearly.
No, I was just asking. Because I was kind of hoping that, one, I know you're going to tell me to stay with the ship. Which, but two, if you can do me a favor, and she hands you a small packet of letters. If you could just sit and, like, send those out for me. Carrier pigeon, I don't know.
I've actually also been meaning to talk to you. We'll do that at some point. I'm sure at some
Sure.
room somewhere together, and then we can have that talk. But I will definitely
They're
take
just
care of those for you.
They're just,
And I like
some friends I've
cocktail
made at some
letters
other
away
ports,
myself.
that kind of thing. Sometimes we like to exchange letters. So,
Right.
Oh, and, looks around.
Yes.
You're going with him. Okay. You gotta be cool. But maybe if you could just give this to Elysia, and she hands you it's just a small box. Just plain, almost like a paper box. It looks like she maybe made, wrapped with twine. Nothing decorative on it. Just give that to her. Actually, you know what? Don't even hand it to her. Just leave it somewhere where she'll find it. Like, put it in her bag or something.
Right. Don't worry about it. I totally know how to handle this. I'll tell her that one story when we went to the Bay of Gifts. Remember? And then you and I are drunk, and then the thing with the shellfish. No, all right.
I love everybody here, but it's nice to have another friend that's just mine. Does that make sense? Okay.
It does. Don't worry about it. I'll definitely not become friends with her. In fact, I'll be like a mini jerk like most of the time. The first chance I get, I'll shut down a mountain or something.
I was gonna give her my other stone. And plus then you can get in touch with us.
I see. Yeah, I was actually kind of planning on taking that, but she can have it, sure. I'll definitely not be jealous about it or anything. When I sure hope she lets me. I sure hope she lets me use it time for some pillow talk with Del.
Do you want my other stone?
X, how many stones do you have? Have you been holding out on me?
No. Yes. A little. Only because, do you know why?
Well, good. You're a pirate. I would expect anything less from you. I would be worried if you weren't holding out on me.
Oh my. I know. You'll never know. Haha. No, I actually, originally, I found Aaron and Faith playing with these, and I was like, no! Smacked their hands and took them back, and then I just kept making more. Now, some of these aren't as good as the other ones, so if one fritzes out on you, one of them will work. For sure. I just don't know which one.
Very good. Then best when we take two, the one you give Elijah and one for me, and then stops working, we can use the other. I should probably just inform Del of this. You know how dirty Del can get sometimes. You know how direct they can get sometimes. So I don't want poor Elijah to get a shock when Del thinks it's me and they start talking into that. Don't tell them I told you that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure that falls under the qualification of TMI, as the kids would say. I mean,
I'm not familiar with the lingo of the streets these days. I'm getting old.
That you are. This is true. I mean,
technically we all are, so.
You're real old. So old.
So you have no idea.
I'm gonna drink myself into a stupid face
I was
now.
here. Very good. Just make sure you take the dwarf.
Grabs Ulrin's hand. Come on, dwarf Jesus, let's go. And he shoots one look at you, looks at Eggs, kind of hedging his bets, and is like, and wanders off. So this place is a bunch of ships that have over the years been connected to each other.
Yeah.
So this is a flotilla at this point. In a flotilla, not in the traditional sense like you and I talked about, it would be a mass of ships. This is a massive ship. Each room has different purposes. There are plenty of bunks, plenty of eating areas. There's a full bar, which is where Del and Drag are. You can move yourself around however you would like. Everyone has gone to their spots. There's a whole other level below that is largely just one large hall, and this is where you've had epic parties. So more business up top, business. Party down below,
Got it, got it. Yeah, I think I'll just, since I haven't seen them in a while, I think I'll just make the rounds as the captain and chat up everyone for a bit, see how they're doing, see what they've been up to. I'll also make sure to, check in on Gordil, not like making it look like I'm checking in on him, just getting a feel for where he's at, if he's, back to his old self again.
Roll insight for me.
Okay. It's inside.
Okay.
+1.
Oh, nice. He didn't
roll
roll
17.
high. Yeah, he starts to come up with this story. I'm fine, boss. Of course I'm. And then, you're getting a better look at him. Under his beard, his cheeks are sunken in a little bit. Hair, he's still working out the knots in the ends of it. They weren't mistreated. They were undertreated. And given your past, you can definitely tell the difference. It's not broken him, but he is seriously considering where he's at in his life now. He's actually having, and he talks to you a little bit about this, like, I know I gotta stop gambling. I know I do. Look where it landed me.
That is a noble goal, and we'll happily support you any way we can. Like, seriously, just give Priscilla the world, and she'll like throw you up in shackles and chain you to a wall 20. I think that's one of her secret fantasies anyway.
Oh god, she scares me. I'll be all right. I just gotta get there. So just let me cook. Golrick and I already had a long chat the other night, and he's keeping an eye on me. On top of the fact that he'll pummel my face in if I don't knock it off. So, I mean, there's that too. But I just feel like I made you. You didn't have to come get me, right?
No, I don't know. I would come for each and every one of you. It is my duty as the captain. It's in the captain's handbook. It's like one of the first paragraphs under like party 24/7. It says you always come and make sure that your beloved children are all right.
Wow.
Even if they're a bunch of assholes.
That'd be me. Asshole reporting for duty. I appreciate it, and I don't want to let you down again. So it won't. And that's the best I can give you.
I know you won't. And you know that no matter what happens, we'll always be there to bail you out.
But you shouldn't have to.
Exactly. There you go, finishing my thought.
Just promise me that if I get the Jonesin, you'll play around with me.
Oh, I will like send a lightning bolt
Perfect.
straight up your butt.
That's all I could ask for.
There you go. Let's have another round of drinks. And as as we sit there and drink, like, I definitely don't want to push him too much. Like, if it seems like the experience was kind of traumatic, I don't want to push too hard, but I definitely want to try to get some information from him, like how it went down, like how he was captured, like if he remembers anyone else in seeing anyone else besides the Imperialist or his people, like who was involved in that, how did it all go down, basically, how he ended up there.
I mean, it gives you a little bit. Sorry, I was just actually looking back at my notes to make sure that I didn't say the wrong thing. Oh, that's an interesting thing that I... Okay. Oh, if you guys could all only see my notes, trust me. Okay, so yeah, he tells you a little bit. He had this one bar that he really, really liked. You've been to it a bunch of times. It's called the Hangman's Noose. It's a pirate bar. And there's never the same faces there other than the bartender and a couple of people who work the place. Occasionally you see some pirate crews, but it's like a lot of pirate bars. It's neutral ground. No one fights. Everyone just gets stupid blackout drunk. The worst you're going to have is a barroom brawl over a card game or something like that. And he tells you that he's winning. Like, he's so psyched because he doesn't usually get on that kind of a hot streak. And he says, yeah, I should have known something was up. It should have raised my hackles that I was winning like that. But I was drinking and was in a good mood and thought my luck had turned around for once. And yeah, I turned around. Cursed. And this guy, big, had to have a little like half orc in him or something because he was just massive. Told me that he was bar security and he'd seen me cheating and I needed to turn over all my winnings. So I argued with him. He argued back at me. He threatened to kick me out. I told him to try. He kicks me out. Takes all my money. And I'm thinking, well, shit. There goes all my wages. So now what am I going to do? And I start to walk back to the ship and I got jumped. And I woke up in that fucking godforsaken place. So I think they were scouting me the whole time. I think that's what they do.
You saw no glimpse of the bastards who jumped you or anything?
I think they take advantage of people down on their luck. They craft that scenario, that situation to happen. They make sure you're fucking just off your face drunk, and they take you. It's so weird though, because like he leans in, which is not necessary, but you get why he's doing it. He just goes, I talked to a couple other people when I could about how they were taken. Some of them came there willingly. They were sold this promise of being able to work the farms after theirs were destroyed by the dragon. And they were being offered land for just a cut of the crop profits every season. And in order to lock it in, they were told they just had to sign their names on the dotted line.
Profiting of the displaced and the misfortunate.
Everyone's story was
seems right up
little
that
different.
Alley.
That's the other thing too. That guy scared the shit out of me. I never saw him raise a hand to anybody. I never saw anybody get hit. But they find ways to make you stay in line if you don't. It's usually through accidents. That's what happened to my knee.
See that? I think at this point, like, she holds it in, but under the, like, table you see it just, like, making a fist and, like, just lightning crackling a bit from it. Like, she is so sorry at this point that it is in her head right now. She pictures just beating the Imperialist's face in over and over again. Like, oh my gosh, I want to tear this guy apart.
As if called from the other side of the Hope Quesnard, you actually can sense them before you feel their hand on your shoulder, and Dell is standing behind you. Let him rest.
You're right. You have yourself a night, and then, you better tune in or you stay up for the show. I hear our lovely musicians have quite something planned, so you might want to run for the hills, So you never know what you'll see.
Dwarven friend has quite the nice voice, so he'll be joining in tonight.
Ooh, I sure hope X has not warned him what the show with Drag and Priscilla usually entails.
Almost positive Eggs would have kept that under her hat.
It's gotta
But
be
you
quite
won't
a
see
night.
any of it. Come on.
All right. Lead me away, mistress of the night. Goodbye, Gordil. Have a good time. Captain's gotta go.
Oh, amazing. And fade. You wake up the next morning a little sore.
I already woke up next morning. Got it.
We never want to make anybody uncomfortable. You're not making me uncomfortable. I just don't want to make viewers uncomfortable.
No. I was not implying that. Like maybe Del just.
You and Del just had a really nice bottle of wine and you went to bed. That's all that happened.
All right. Okay, got it. Now that's.
Aftercare is involved. Remember, folks, consent and aftercare is very important. Okay. You do wake up at one point in the middle of the night. Del is adorably snoring beside you. And Earth Genasi snore.
It sounds like the rumbling of rocks, just like thinking
the
against
best noise
each other.
In the world. And you look outside, and that storm has moved a little bit
song.
closer. Again, you're not in any danger, but there's a bit of just storm over the horizon, over this wide part of the ocean, because this extends to the far eastern coast of Wildmount. This ocean goes all the way across. And so you guys aren't under any threat. And even if you were, you know how to batten down the hatches.
Yeah,
it's not a big deal.
We I think we'd also make sure we'd have at least one person on watch always that is not like, getting totally drunk, because I think like, as pirates sit on the open seas, you want to make sure there's always at least watch out for like bounty hunters.
And you
or
actually do
storms
have
or
a couple
stuff
of crew
like
members
that,
who don't drink. So every time you guys go to the Hope Quesnard, they take it upon themselves to, and they're not bitter. It's Doc and it's Eggs, actually. Eggs does not drink. They keep an eye on things, but they find other ways to blow off steam. Eggs usually involves smoking some allure root. She doesn't drink, but she does do drugs occasionally. And it's the druid, like, visionary stuff, and climbs the crow's nest and starts yelling about things.
I imagine at this point we also down. Like at the beginning it was probably a bit shut the hell up. But like at this point
and it doesn't take her long to realize like, oh, I'm high, and then comes down from it. And then
that's great.
Boss, you know what I see now? Yeah, that's just little Eggs. And you do, as you're looking outside at the distant lightning and hearing that rolling crack of thunder, back of your head, you get this like tingling sensation for a second. And you watch as the waves start to kind of crash. It's almost like you're seeing it happen right up close, but it's miles off. And you've experienced this before, and this wind brushes over you. But the voice that you get is very calm and steady. It's like that proper hand on a rudder, and it guides you and points you. And it just says, follow where the winds change. You know how. You have.
Have I heard that voice before? Yeah.
That smell of ozone. The sense of an impending storm. But in most people, it would drive them to seek shelter, and for you, it drives you out of bed to the deck.
Okay. Yeah. I get up and I walk up to the deck, so to a place where I can just see the open ocean, and just look out for it for a while, and then kind of crack half of a smile and look up at the sky and clutch railing a bit with my claws without really noticing it, and I say, "Oh, trust me, old bastard. I know exactly where I have to go next."
Boss!
And I just... And I think I startled a bit because I was...
Now is it
yes?
me? Or do you not have any clothes on? You don't.
Oh, no, I am completely naked.
Shouldn't you be putting some pants on or something?
I mean, technically, I never wear pants. You know.
Why was I thinking that you did? Also, can I ask you a question? It's very inappropriate. Yes. Is that okay? Okay. Do
always
turtles
go for it.
have tits?
Yes, we actually do. Plenty of them, but they're underneath our shell, so you can't see them.
Are you shitting me?
I don't know. Do you want me to be shitting you right now?
I don't know where I'm at.
Is the better question.
Cool.
You and me both, X. You and me both.
I'm gonna go...
Yes.
What was I doing? I should...
Hey, has Doc been feeding you some of his more experimental
no, we ate
stuff
mushrooms.
again? Right.
Asleep.
Where is he right now? Right. That's good. I hope he's not off feeding people stuff in their sleep again.
Do you know what happened?
People don't
I woke
like
up in a
that
bed
much.
with him.
Yeah. Eggs. That's quite scandalous. I'm not sure I can, fully okay with that kind of behavior on my ship. Did he?
I don't know. I should probably go check. And she slides down the crow's nest pole. She slides down the mast. Ow, 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 ow. I'm gonna go check. She darts off. 2 minutes later, you hear...
You do that.
She runs out. Naked kobold! Naked kobold!
Oh my god. Is it like... Though you know what? Never mind. We're all like one big family. I'm naked, half naked most of the time. Okay, and Sid also goes down to
Doc is fully naked, sprawled out, butt in the air, asleep on his hands, and Leanna is beside him.
Both are naked. Is at this point the question for everyone? Got it.
They're both out.
Eggs, do you have your sketchbook with you? You know, maybe we need something to memorialize this glorious moment, so we can remind them of it when they
She does a
wake up.
quick sketch of the two of them. Particularly highlights Doc's naked butt, tail, kind of drooped down because he's asleep. And it's like a cat, And then she goes, Eggs was here, draws an arrow to the two of them, pins it to the wall, and goes, I feel like I'm going to regret that in the morning.
Oh, I'm sure we'll all have plenty of things to regret.
I'm going to go sleep in a hammock.
Very good.
Backs out of the room.
Hey! Eggs, right?
No, it's Wilhelmina, my dear good woman. Hey, bye! Runs off.
That was disturbing. Alright. Oh
my god. I think I'm broken.
I think maybe I might be high too.
You get a little contact high there. Stunk in that room too.
What happens on the party boat stays on the
So
party
after
boat.
several days of parties, everyone starts to get a little tired. There's one day where everyone pretty much just sleeps the entire day. Dell at one point pulls you aside and says,
Oh my god, like another round. Give me like 5 minutes to do some stretches and put like I'm ready for you, babe. I just like, I just need a short moment to like collect myself again.
The ship, the crew, we're all good. But I get the sensation that you're not.
Well, I mean, I have inhaled so much like alcohol and drugs at this point that I think the only way I can stave off a huge hangover that will probably kill me is by staying perpetually drunk all the time. But I get a feeling that is probably not what you are referring to right now. You're giving me that look that you do when you want to, like, get serious about stuff.
I just don't want to be surprised by something. And since we've talked about this before, that you sometimes forget that there's another person in this relationship, what's going on?
Well, I mean, you've met Ulrin, or
Fine
DJ,
baritone
as I lovingly
voice.
call him.
Very
You
nice.
saw his butt last night. After he like dropped it after Priscilla pantsed him in the middle of the act. Very, very classy. I think she did it in a very elegant way that like really conveyed the message of the art. Right. And yeah, and I mean, I'm as X I'm sure has also told you, he is part of an adventuring group. They call themselves the STDs for some reason, but it's not what you think. Like, it's not some kind of weird fetish cult or something. I mean, maybe with some of them, I'm not sure what's going on there, but I think mainly they're just a bunch of like doofuses that like run around and do stuff.
Certainly can't forget that name.
Adventurers.
Good on
them. Adventurers with their weird, lofty goals and ambitions and all of that shit. I have a
sense where this is going.
And I have told you that, there is something that I have to do, or rather, someone to take care of. And I'm thinking maybe it is. And I mean, Ulrich has practically begged me to join them. I mean, who wouldn't want me on their team, right? Thank you. I think she smiles a bit nervously at this point. So I think this might be a good opportunity to, just take a short, how would you say, just a short land trip for me? Just do some stuff up there and actually have something that I would like you and the crew to do, take care of while I'm gone. And, and I'll be back soon. Like, it will probably not take too long. And, and then when I am finally, like, you are right that my attention has been wandering. But trust me, every non-wandering moment, attention is, of course, given to you undividedly. But there is something I need to take care of to make sure I can provide you my full attention all of the time.
All right. Well.
And for that, I must leave you for a bit.
So, sorry. Pardon me, my goodness.
Don't worry, I know we had quite the night last night. I'm still sore in so many places I didn't even know I had.
I just wanted to know. I trust that you know how to keep this group in line. I'm not thrilled with you going off on your own, but I understand why.
Oh, don't worry. I already have them under my little finger. Like, they're at my beck and command.
And I would also maybe, I would say, not advise you, but perhaps just put the idea in your mind that this could be the chance for you to sort some things out between you and the Stormlord a little.
I mean, he hasn't sunk our ship to the bottom
I know.
yet.
And I'm not saying that he would. I think the problem is more on your end. I think gaining a better understanding of how the different aspects, how belief can be treated through other eyes would be beneficial. Even if you don't take it under advisement. Just like with your cleric friend. He believes in a different god. He seems to be cut from a different cloth, but he's still someone who believes in his deity. You may find other worshippers who find other ways to honor their deity. It might be educational.
How do you do that? How do you always know what is, like, currently, on my mind and, like, bothering me a bit up here? How do you do that? Do you give me some kind of serum when we lie in bed together at night? Is that how do I talk in my sleep? Because, oh my gosh, I had, like, a super weird dream last night. Like, don't tell anyone, but I was wearing this ghastly straw hat, and I was in some kind of, like, I don't know, weird, like, boat that wasn't even a boat, and I was, like, went with a stick, and X was there, and, like, another one of their gnome friends, and I was, like, saying really cheesy, stupid things. I still took all of their money, don't worry, but, like, it was really weird. Like, man, I think I should maybe, like, lay off the hard stuff that, like, Doc is handing out.
Yes, I would avoid the current batch of whatever Doc is handing out, because I know for a fact he bought those somewhere at port, which is never a good sign. But to answer your question a little more seriously, it's because I'm actually the Stormlord. You just didn't know it.
I knew it. You were too good to be true. I knew it. You took advantage of this poor soul, this innocent little turtle that is me.
Sleeping with your god this entire time. It's disgusting. I know, right? No, Sid, I just know you that well. And I'm not stupid.
I know you are.
If you have to go. But you better make sure you say goodbye to everyone before you leave. They'll be sorely put out if you don't.
Oh, I don't know. I was not planning on, like, just leaving in the middle of the night. That's not my style. I'll give the crew a proper speech, and actually do have something that, to make sure, everyone's nice and occupied while I get up to any more mischief. And I'll make, I think we're alone at this point, right? Yeah. So I've been telling you about this bastard that took Gordil prisoner, and how sad I am that I did not, get to send a couple of lightning bolts up his ass. But I learned that there might be a better way for us, to, like, show him what it means to mess with us, and also make quite a nice profit on it. And I tell her about what I've heard at the Imperial's place about the city that he's searching for. I know I don't know much. I know at the very least the name that he mentioned, Mere Isles, or how you pronounce that. And I tell that to them. And I ask them that they, like, while I'm gone, do a bit of research, ask around the ports, the underbelly, of course, if anyone has heard any tales or legend of this place, any hints as to where it might be located, things like that.
We can do that.
Just
I
do
still
a bit
have
of digging.
a few contacts. I haven't talked to them in some time, but as far as I know, they still owe me a favor, so I'll do what I can. And we'll pull into port. We're due for repairs anyways, so we'll probably dock at Amman since that's a little more civilized. And we'll see if we can't figure some things out.
Yeah. And make sure that no one, stays at a place alone. Make sure that I know you will. I'm not worried about that. There's always someone on and things like that. And also have have faith and the other casters do sweeps, that there's not anything like tricky magical business with the ship or anything. And keep Gordil away from
I was thinking
gambling
more
of all
shore
sorts.
leave, but with the buddy system. Minimum 2 to a group.
I mean, I think after this whole thing, Gulrick will probably not leave Gordil out of his sight for quite a while.
I highly, highly doubt that. Slightly overprotective, but at the same time, I can't blame him.
Mm. Yeah. But sometimes maybe we should send Gordil off, maybe so a bit of a friendlier face at some points, like eggs.
Eggs would go. I'm sure Aaron would as well. Just whatever you do when you leave, just remember where home is, Sid.
Always.
Just making sure.
And I take out one of the little flowers. I give it a kiss and tuck it at the back of my head. So it's covered by the feather and stuff, because it's kind of a thing that we show these, but I'll put the feather over it so they'll know it's there.
They just nod and say, well, we've got one more day. Here, we best make it good.
Oh, yeah.
So that day passes. The crew readies the Providence to take off at your behest.
Yeah. I also want to have a quick talk with Eggs. Maybe on the ship. After, when we're back on the ship and after I give the speech to the crew about me leaving. And I also want one last talk with Eggs. She's not high anymore.
A little tired, but she's okay. And so the crew readies the ship. You guys it's uncanny, his timing. Just as you guys start to board the Providence and load your things to leave the Hope Quesnard, there comes old Jim, rowing back to take back his property. He just, climbs up, starts inspecting.
How does he always do that? Does anyone even know how old this guy is at this point? I feel like he's owned this boat for ever. Are we sure he's not a ghost or something?
It's weird. And you are in the middle of the ocean. And you see he's actually already loading supplies back on for the next visitors. Providence is getting restocked and ready to go. What do you want to say to the crew?
Okay. Yeah. I think once we're Sid is basically good to go. I think I'll just ask Ulrin if he would prefer to dock in Amman and then go from there or back to the place where the mansion was, that that would depend on where
he
Ulrin
just kind of the mansion's not a permanent thing, so Amman works.
Yeah, right. So probably everyone will have paid.
Yeah,
right,
and
anyway. So like, yeah. So basically, I'll just ask Orwin where he
Amon
wants
works.
to
That's
get off the
I've
ship.
actually got a couple friends in
him.
Amon that I wanted to check in on, and I can get anywhere from there. That was quite the party. Didn't know pirates partied like that.
Yeah. Well, now you do, my friend, and now I'm sure you'll want to come back for more once you party with us. Can't get it out of your head.
Genuinely a very, very good time. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So yeah, Amon's fine. I know you've got your own thing going on, but in a few weeks, he tells you where to meet. He tells you about they've got this kind of a stronghold in the small village of Joren. You've never been there. It's too inland for you. And it's like, he shows you on the map where it is. He says, but if you do want to tag along for a little bit, we may be heading to, well, my home for a little while. So I hope you're not claustrophobic.
You don't seem that thrilled about it.
Haven't been there in a while. So this could go great. It could go great.
Don't worry, you've got me with you now everywhere I go.
Well, we'll take all the help we can get. I know you haven't gotten the whole story, but crazy shit. So, if you're in for crazy shit,
I'm quite used to that. Once you roam the opens, you learn prepared for anything.
That is very
Don't worry
true.
about it. The things we've seen. I saw you talking to Priscilla last night. I'm sure she's told quite some.
Volcar would love her. Whew. Those two, I think I've never seen anyone drink as much as her. Ever. It's impressive. Well,
no idea where she puts all
apparently.
that.
2 hollow legs. I don't know. She said something about 2 hollow legs, and I didn't believe her for a second.
Yeah, they're like part of her, like her favorite, some of her favorite body parts. All right. By the way, yours look quite nice. You're like all that marching in that heavy armor, like
great.
Seems to work out for you.
Yep. Thanks. And he just kind of shuffles off. Sorry, Chris. We made you pantsless. Never let the DM and
he wasn't.
Julia
Yeager,
your character.
That.
Hey. Okay, so
Thanks. All right, yeah. So I'll probably wait until we're like, I don't know, a couple of days out.
You're not too far off right now, so probably about a part of a week. So
then, and then I'll just go out at some point when everyone is on deck, and I'll take like Orwin with me, and like I just grab him and like drag him up to the deck with me, and I'll just like address the crew, and I'll just say like, all right, fellas, we had quite the party this week. That's right. But now it is time to get serious again. We haven't had ourselves a good plunder in quite some time, and I think that needs to change soon. But, Del and I have prepared something like quite nice for you, my little darlings, which I think you will quite enjoy. And I sure hope that will in part fill the temporary void you will have, as I will sadly have to part from you for a while. Don't worry, don't start crying right now. It will be just temporary. Trust me, my heart is breaking right now as I say this. but there are things I need to attend to here. You've all met Ulrin, right? You've all gotten quite intimate.
Show up that butts again!
During this time. And he's part of an adventuring party. You know those like hero types. You know the types, right? But as you know, as far as they go, like Ulrin isn't quite so bad. And neither is his party. And as soon as they met me and they met Eggs, of course they immediately begged me to join and lead them, because obviously. And what do you think I said? Do you think I agreed?
No. Wait. Yes. No. Wait,
that is right. That is right. Of course, I told them that they can go fuck themselves, because why would I need them? I already have all of you lovely bastards. And then, of course, they offered me a huge bunch of gold, like enough to buy like 2 more ships. And you know what I said? I also said no, because if I want their gold, then I'll go take it myself. You cannot bribe Captain Sid. Who am I, like a common street fuck? Who do they think I am?
Fuck.
Yeah, I just wanted to say street fuck, and then it kind of turns to street fuck. I don't know. But works both ways. And I'm Captain Sid of the Providence. If I want something, I take it. So I basically told them that they can take their fin and shove it up their hairy asses. Exactly. But then one night I had a vision, and she lifted her hands up into here, and he spoke to me, the bringer of storms. The one who guides us on our journeys. The Stormlord himself revealed himself to me. And he told me that, boring, lame-ass adventurers they may be, apparently, they're doing some kind of, like, small favor. And the Stormlord was like, well, obviously, without me, they're fucked. So, like, he's like, I should like go and, land them a claw, do my thing, do a bit of lightning, a bit of thunder here, show them what we pirates are made out of. And basically just impress everyone. And then I'll come back to you all with a bunch of riches.
Captain
and
Sid.
I mean,
and they all start yelling.
And I mean, as a true pirate, we don't take orders from anyone, but the seas and the storms are our only masters. And so when the Stormlord comes calling, then I'll sit here. We'll answer. And so I must part from you for a bit, and once I'm back, we'll have another round of partying.
Gotta buy the Hope Quesnard.
And in the meantime. Oh, yeah. And in the meantime, you better whip yourselves into shape, and have some good stories to tell me when I get back. Because I sure will.
They all... Captain Sid!
And I stomp on the ground, and like some lightning crackles out, and like there's a boom, and I make a boom of thunder sound in the distance. Like give just this impressive like speech, to kind of like, I don't know. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah,
get them all on
board,
sort
that.
of.
I mean, the crew immediately knows that Del is in charge when you're not around, so there's a instant deference.
Oh yeah.
That you can feel their attention also on Del. So, Del's just nodding along as you're talking and smiling a little bit, and starts to, continue to point the ship toward Iman. After a little bit, Eggs runs up to you. So, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Be good
Always.
and listen to what Dell says,
Always. I mean,
obviously. And you know, it's still I think it will still be a couple of days before I now like take X aside a bit to like I don't know, a separate room or something.
Okay.
I'm like, you know, this is not anything ominous, don't worry. But you know, I have the feeling sometimes, you know, a lot of people go out to the seas for different reasons. Some, like me, know that they'll stay there, you know, until either I end up shattered at the bottom of the sea or with a rope hanging from the gallows, whichever. I know that is it for me, and that I will always, you know, even if I have to take this little trip, I'll always come back to this. That's never doubt in my mind. But you know, some people also go to the seas to, you know, learn something about themselves, take a moment to reflect, you know, away from the, you know, land times and the things they left behind there. And some like me are glad to be rid of it and never to go back, you know. But for others, time on the sea might just be more of a and you know, I get the feeling that with UX, I'm not quite sure, you know, if this life on the high seas is, you know, you'll ever aspire, or if that's how you will see yourself in the future.
I mean,
did I get that wrong?
I don't know what it is. I mean, I like my life here. I love my life here. You pulled me out of the alleys, you know, and gave me a spot which no one else had ever done. I don't know.
That's their bad luck.
I mean, that's true. But so one of those letters, just so you don't go nosing around in it, is actually to.
I would never perish the thought for like. Well, I mean, Pokemon. I mean,
yeah, I know better. So, turns out that I might actually have some family in Western. Distant family. Like, way, way distant.
right.
And I guess they're not super reputable. I guess a couple of them are okay. One's okay. The others, I don't know what to make of some of them. But I was just kind of more curious. I wanted to see if they were like me, or if I was like them. And if they're shit, then I mean, either way, I'm not gonna leave the ship. But it's kind of nice to know that maybe if I ever did decide to go to land for a little bit, that maybe there could be a place for me. I'm not really like the mercenary type, you know what I mean? That's not really my vibe.
Yeah.
And I don't make clothes, and I don't do any of that normal civilian stuff. This has been my life. So
no.
That, or if I do ever decide to go to land, I thought maybe could be fun if I started my own adventuring group. But we could like be cool, but also help like protect like puppies and kids and stuff.
Or especially like the parts about the puppy.
Actually, I did have a weird random dream that I ran a farm just for puppies. Like all of the abandoned dogs that no one wanted anymore, I took them in.
Yeah. Oh, that kind of farm. I thought you were like growing them out of the ground.
Oh, you mean like a rutabaga? No. Not like a carrot. You're just pulling out of the ground. No. They're like an abandoned animal place thing. So
that sounds like it would suit you quite well.
I mean, I've been socking away money every job we do.
At least for
maybe one day. But I mean, adventuring could help me maybe do that too, earn some more money. And it's not that you don't pay me enough; you pay me plenty. Land's expensive, like really expensive.
It is.
I thought ships were bad. Oof, land is worse.
Yeah, and like that is the problem with the land. You cannot just take what you want. I mean, like you can, but I feel like it's a lot more work than on the seas. It's just like it's the law of the strongest. But like on land, they have all of these regulations and stuff like that.
So yeah, I mean, I don't want to leave. I don't have any intention to, but you know me a little too well.
Well, here's what I was thinking, also speaking money-wise. And, like, I take out a pouch of, like, the gold that I think I'll have divided up with Ulrich at this point. And, like, we earned quite a... I hate using that word for it. We made, like, a fair sum, going off with those guys. And of course, you have your own share of it as well. And I was thinking, how about this? I take this with me while I'm gone, and while I'm away, you the time to reflect maybe a bit more on what you want to do in the future, where you see yourself, all of that stuff. And once I get back, depending on your answer, if you have reached an answer at this point, if you decide to stay with us for a while longer, which of course we all would want, then I'll just give you your part of the share and we'll divide the rest up and give it to Dell to put towards ship repairs and do it. But if you decide that that puppy farm or like visiting your family or both or whatever, is something that you could realistically tell in the future, then I'll be happy to give you basically all of it, since technically we didn't even earn it being pirates, so it doesn't really count that much to as crew money goes. So and then you could have a nice starting investment for those puppies.
That's a really generous offer, boss. And I'm not. It's not that I'm.
Yeah, don't tell it to the rest of the crew. They'll immediately
I know.
Cannot say no.
I know.
Then I'll have to get Dell again to run interference and
So. Okay, so I won't commit to anything. I wasn't going to anyways. It was just random thoughts, and you always seem to know when I have those. It's so weird.
I can see right into your mind even right now. It's a special turtle powers I have.
Now what am I thinking?
Eggs.
What? Oh, just eggs.
Is what you're thinking right now. Yeah.
How are you doing that? That's the creepiest fucking thing I've ever seen.
That's why I'm the captain.
Oh my god.
That's why I'm the Stormlord's favorite.
That's a lot to take in. You know me, I don't process more than one thing at a time most of the time. So, yeah, I'm gonna think about it. Thanks. Oh, and if you, when we do dock in Amman, I know we have shore leave, so I'm gonna go,
Yes.
There's a place I've been wanting to go, one of my, way, way distant cousins, which, how far distant out is it before they're not family anymore? Does it matter? Gnomes live so long.
I think if you're I don't know. I think if it's you still kind of get invited to birthday parties at least.
I don't know the rules.
I don't know,
It's weird. But anyway,
me
she
neither.
runs the one of the temples there, so I'm gonna go see if I can talk to her. If she's around. I don't know. Priestly, orderly types, I have no idea. So I'm gonna start there. Actually, yeah.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna try that. Hopefully she doesn't try to recruit me. Ooh. How do you say no to a priest? Ugh.
You just turn around and
she's
run.
like the cleric of Sarenrae or whatever. I don't know. No idea.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, maybe you could get some tips from Priscilla. She's fine that night, so...
Well, if I come back suddenly praying, then just chuck me off the ship. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Definitely. We'll just, like, put you in a barrel and just drag you behind the boat for 3 days and nights without food or water. Dead.
I like it. Well.
Right.
Good talk, boss. Yeah.
And eggs. Remember, even if you have a try at it and, see what goes, if at some point all the puppies have found a home and things that you feel like, you feel like a little salty sea adventure time again, we're always here for you.
Well,
unless we're all at jail at this
what
point.
Happens
but,
then if that?
That probably
no,
won't
you just
happen.
find another ocean to sail. Go back to Bay of Gifts. That's nice. It's warm there. Okay, well, now I'm embarrassed and flustered, and I don't know what to do with myself, so I'm just gonna walk away. Cool.
Right. Let's just go.
Eggs. You're a good boss. She runs off.
I try to be.
For a couple of more days at sea. You make your way to the port of Amman. The boat docks. You pay your docking fee. And the crew disperses. Del looks at you. Gives you a kiss on the cheek. And says, "Don't do anything too stupid."
I reach out and just tuck their hair behind their ears and say, emphasize on the two, right?
I know better. And you have both stones.
Well, then off I go. I have both stones. Here's the one that I promised Egg I wouldn't tell you about it, but I already did, and here's the other one.
You talk in your sleep, Sid.
So, we're good.
Alright. Be careful.
And once I get back, we'll find ourselves a city of gold.
Love you, Captain.
Love you too, First Mate.
Bye.
Pokey also probably pops out and waves goodbye or something. And I turn to him and say, "You ready to go?"
Smacks you on the back of the head. Tiny monkey paw. And you're off.
And we're off.
Sid's gonna join up with the rest of the gang in Joren to start a new...
Yay! They don't even know it. They probably think, Sid has just gone off for good, with X and the crew and stuff like that. I don't think they know.
Oh my my god. So we will get caught up with the rest of the crew at a later date. Again, you're watching this as a Twitch premiere, so thank you for joining us on this little mini high seas adventure / party time / God talk / other things. And if you didn't catch it, yes, eggs is distantly related to Pike Trickfoot.
Oh, yeah. No, don't worry. I caught it. I was like, in the beginning when she was like, oh, a bunch of them are like probably kind of bad, but one of them's kind of good. I was like, yeah, I can see where
thank
this
you
is
for
going.
joining us. We'll catch you guys later. Don't forget, our next live game is on May 12th. So thanks for sticking with us while we've had some in-game and in real life downtime. It's probably a good thing that we took it because things have gotten crazy for some of us, so we're just trying to collectively get ourselves back in order, and we will see you guys later. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.